Hello, from Axiom Space, I'm Alexis DeJarnette. Thank you for joining us for this press conference as we count down to the launch of Axiom Mission 4. With just 7 days until liftoff, the Ax-4 crew is currently in quarantine, making final preparations ahead of the scheduled launch, which is now currently targeting no earlier than Tuesday, June 10th at 8:22 a.m. Eastern Time. The crew will launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and a Dragon spacecraft from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. After around 28 hours in orbit, they are scheduled to dock with the International Space Station at approximately 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, June 11th. The four-person international crew, commanded by Peggy Whitson, includes pilot Shubhanshu Shukla of India, mission specialist Sławosz Uznański-Wiśniewski of Poland, and mission specialist Tibor Kapu of Hungary. For each of these nations, Ax-4 represents their first mission to the International Space Station and the first time in over 4 decades that each country sends a national astronaut to space. During the mission, the crew will spend up to 14 days aboard the space station, conducting around 60 research activities representing the scientific interests of 31 countries. In doing so, they will set the record for the most research conducted on an Axiom Space mission to date. This crew is in good spirits, and we can't wait to watch them make history. Let's now hear from the Ax-4 crew. Over to you, Peggy.
Hello, everyone. It's such a privilege for us to join you all today from quarantine. As we prepare to launch, I want to take a moment to reflect on the significance of this mission and the incredible team that's making it all possible. As Ax-4 represents another important step forward in the evolution of commercial spaceflight and international collaboration in low Earth orbit. Each mission we fly builds on the last, expanding our capabilities and deepening our understanding of how we can sustainably live and work in space. This mission will focus on a diverse range of science, technology demonstrations, and outreach activities that will benefit not just the space community, but people back here on Earth. Our crew has undergone rigorous training, both here in the US and internationally. And I can confidently say we are go for launch. We've trained for every scenario, bonded as a team, and are fully prepared to execute our objectives on the station. While aboard the International Space Station, we'll be conducting research that spans biology, material, and physical sciences, as well as technology demonstrations. And we'll also be engaging with students around the world, sharing our experience and inspiring the next generation of explorers. For me, returning to space is always a special experience. Every mission is different. Every crew brings something new to the table. I've been incredibly impressed by the dedication and the work ethic and the passion of this team. It's been a joy to train alongside them, and I'm looking forward to seeing them in microgravity. It's going to be fun. As a science nerd, I'm most looking forward to seeing the impact of our research. In particular, one investigation that will serve as a pathfinder one day enable people with diabetes to fly in space, and another looking at the effectiveness of 2 novel types of medications for inhibiting cancer cell growth. Also, since I was inspired to be a space explorer as a kid at the age of 9, I feel strongly about the importance of sharing that spark with the next generation of explorers. I believe that space has a unique way of bringing people together, and I'm proud to be a part of a mission that reflects that spirit. I'm honored to lead Ax-4, and I can't wait to share this journey with all of you. And now I'm proud to unveil our zero-G indicator for Ax-4, Joy. It's a plush swan symbolizing grace and elegance. More than just a companion, Joy will signal our arrival in microgravity shortly after launch. Joy represents the shared aspirations of 3 nations united in their return to human spaceflight. The swan is rich in cultural symbolism, stands for wisdom in India, resilience in Poland, and grace in Hungary. Through Joy, we'll celebrate our diversity and our unity in the shared journey of space exploration. Over you, Shuks.
Thank you, Peggy. Namaskar, and a warm hello to everyone. This past year has been nothing short of a transformation, a journey of growth, discovery, and unshakable resolve. As I stand at the threshold of a 14-day mission to the International Space Station, I reflect on the path that has brought me here. From diverse systems to advanced platforms across continents and cultures, this training has been intense but deeply rewarding. Behind every minute in space lies months, a lot of times years of preparation. I am deeply thankful to every member of the team who has shaped this journey through their expertise and dedication. This mission stands on your shoulders. And to my family and friends, your strength and support have been my anchor. In the most demanding moments, your belief kept me moving forward. My crew, too, not just exceptional professionals, but they are truly remarkable teammates, and I have been grateful to them for every step. As I prepare to spend 14 days aboard the ISS, I carry with me not just instruments and equipment, but the hopes and dreams of a billion hearts. I will be conducting 7 Indian experiments developed by brilliant minds from the research institutions across our nation, investigating the effect of microgravity on cultures ranging from stem cells to crop seeds. These experiments will pave the way for India's progress in microgravity science, and I'm proud to be the bridge between Earth and orbit for this pioneering research. Balancing the scientific ambition with a rich cultural heritage, I carry symbols, souvenirs crafted by the talented students from the National Institute of Design, celebrating India's culture and creativity. These artifacts represent the spirit of our country in space, and I carry them with deep pride. From orbit, I will also be speaking live with students, educators, and members of India's growing space industry, sharing not just experiences, but inspiration. If even one young dreamer is moved to explore the cosmos because of this mission, we will have already succeeded. I hope to ignite curiosity and excitement in young minds, to let them know that space is not a distant dream, but a future they can shape. With the bold ambition of sustained presence in space, Bharat, with missions like Gaganyaan and Bharatiya Antariksh Station, will need the young generation to be invested in space exploration. Hence, I call upon every Bharatvasi to join us, participate, engage, and dream boldly about a future that is exciting. Our crew has chosen a special zero gravity indicator for this mission, a swan. In Indian culture, the swan is the vehicle of goddess Saraswati, symbolizing wisdom, learning, and purity. It is said to have the rare ability to separate milk from water, a symbolism that is a powerful reminder of discernment in an age of distraction. To carry this symbol is to carry the essence of our mission: pursuit of knowledge, clarity of purpose, and grace under pressure. Now, with the training behind me and launch just ahead, I feel deeply inspired, prepared, and confident. The excitement of venturing into space, of experiencing a new way of living, seeing, and being is beyond words. और अंत में कुछ शब्द भारत के लोगों के लिए। ये मिशन हमारे महत्वाकांक्षी स्पेस प्रोग्राम का एक मील का पत्थर है। मैं समस्त भारतवासियों से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वो हमारे मिशन की सफलता के लिए प्रार्थना करें और कौतूहल और उत्साह से इसका हिस्सा बने। तारा अपि प्राप्यन्ते, even stars are attainable. Jai Hind. And now I would hand over to my friend Swav to share his thoughts on this mission.
Thank you, Shuks. Our training was fascinating and one of the most enriching experiences of my life. During the training, we traveled the world. We have been training with NASA, Axiom, and SpaceX in the United States. We were also traveling to Japan to JAXA. A special moment for me was hosting the Axiom 4 crew at the European Astronaut Center in Germany, our home of astronauts. I am proud as well that we have visited Poland as a crew. But the biggest journey is about to start in just a couple of days. I still do not realize how big this moment will be. I don't want to project myself. I just want to wait and cherish every single moment of the mission with that amazing crew. This will be such a joy. just as the name of our extra passenger in our Dragon. On the ISS, I'm looking forward to floating to Cupola, which is our window back on Earth. I can't wait to see all the training places and also our 4 countries from up there. But mostly to see Earth as a whole, as one planet, one home. Poland is in a special moment in history. We are one of the fastest growing economies of the European Union, dynamically developing and building our position in science and technology. When you visit Poland, you can feel that excitement. Our mission is called Ignis. It symbolizes fire and ambition we have. Ignis is heavily built on 2 main components. First, science and technology. Let me give you some examples. We will study microorganisms that created conditions for life on Earth to understand how to maintain this life for long-term missions in space. We'll be loaded with research in human physiology and psychology. But the biggest focus is our technology demonstrations. Systems studying radiation and acoustics in space, Polish embedded computer that will study artificial intelligence on the ISS. We also take new wearable nanomaterials for remote health maintenance and diagnostics, as well as biodegradable polymers for future medicine. The second component of the mission is very important for me personally. Space missions always inspired people, and we'll use Axiom 4 to create a true impact in education. From the ISS, I'll be running live physics demonstrations for schools and science centers across the whole country. I am very excited about these lessons, and I hope they will inspire many more back home to ask questions about how the world works. I am proud to be a part of this fantastic crew. We consider ourselves extremely lucky to be flying with Peggy, the best commander we could have wished for. Now it's time to put everything we learned into practice. And let me say some words in Polish. Kosmos zawsze inspirował i jednoczył. Mam nadzieję, że misja Ignis da wam wszystkim powód do spojrzenia w niebo, odwagę do ambitnych marzeń i ich konsekwentnej realizacji. I niech pozwoli wam poczuć, jak wiele możemy osiągnąć, działając razem. Marzę o tym, żeby zabrać ze sobą was wszystkich, 40 milionów Polaków. Go Axiom 4, go Ignis. And now, let me give the floor to my dear colleague and the crewmate, Tibor.
Thank you, Sław. Hello, everyone. Sitting here today, representing not only this incredible crew, but also my entire country is one of the greatest honors of my life. This mission carries deep meaning for us. It's not only a step forward in science or exploration, it's a leap in national pride, for inspiration, and for proving that dreams and determination know no borders. As we used to say, space is for everyone. In a few short days, Hungary gets one step closer to the stars. On board the International Space Station, I will be conducting 25 experiments prepared by the brilliant minds of my country. Our science portfolio ranges from technological demonstrations to human science, tackling the most interesting questions of human spaceflight. I could not be more proud of the work of my coworkers. Thank you for trusting me with your science. I will do my best to take care of them. As a crew, I think we are ready. We've trained with NASA, SpaceX, Axiom Space, the European Space Agency in Germany, and JAXA in Japan. And I just have to say, I never expected how much of this journey would be soaked in water. From escaping a submerged helicopter or sea kayaking in Mexico to jumping into freezing waters of Florida, we've learned how to stay calm, focused, and connected in every element. All the preparation has turned into something much stronger than confidence. For me, it's a bond, it's unity. And personally, I'm looking forward to the camaraderie the most. Because I think space has this way of forging friendships that are unlike anything on Earth. We will share sunrises over Earth, moments of wonder, and yes, maybe some awkward moments when we won't even know which way is forward. But above all, we will share purpose. And as we step into this next chapter, We are filled with anticipation. But we also recognize that our excitement might bring stress to those around us. This is a special shout out to our family members and friends, our true ground support. You carry this mission just as much as we do. You've cheered us on through every stage, calmed our nerves, and lifted us during tough moments. This weight we bear is shared with you, and we couldn't do this without your love and strength. In our last press conference, I shared something we learned during our North expedition back in Mexico. Something that has stayed with me ever since and became my personal motto: a team that has joy is a team that is healthy. It became my personal motto because it captures the essence of this crew. We are focused, we are committed, but above all, we are joyful. And the joy is a sign of trust, resilience, and in my mind, friendship. So in the spirit of sharing that joy, we wanted to bring one more crew member with us, a symbol of what holds us together. You may know that swans fly gracefully over the Lake Balaton back at home, and now one will soar a little bit higher. So please say hello to Joy, our 5th crew member, who is making your Axiom 4 crew complete. And lastly, I would like to express some words in Hungarian. Kedves magyarok, 45 évvel Farkas Bertalan küldetése után engem ért el az elképesztő megtiszteltetés, hogy titeket képviseltlek a világűrben. Hatalmas hálával tartozok nektek, azért a rengeteg támogatásért, szeretetért és büszkeségért, amit tőletek kaptam. Az az őszinte kívánságom, hogy amikor elérkezik a felbocsátás napja, álljunk meg egy pillanatra, és ünnepeljük együtt mindazt, amit közösen értünk el. Közösen, mert erre az útra a ti álmaitokkal, jó kívánságaitokkal és a ti erőfeszítéseitek révén indulok el. Nagyon köszönöm. And with that, back to you, Alexis.
Thank you. And now we will open the floor to questions from reporters. If you have a question, please use the raise your hand feature or submit your questions through the Q&A function. If you are joining on your phone, please press *6 to unmute yourself when called on. Let's begin. We will start with Sławosz.
Hi, my name is Sławosz and I am from Space Junkie, Hungary. So my question would be for Tibor. First of all, how are you? Also, how do you prepare yourself mentally for what lies ahead of you during this mission? Do you follow any good advice you have been given by any of the first 2 Hungarian astronauts, maybe Peggy, Whitson, or anybody else? Thank you.
Szia, Szabi. Thank you for your question. I feel great. I think we spoke a few days ago, and I told you that I feel a little bit tired and extremely busy because this quarantine period resembles very much the agenda or the schedule of ISS. And as you know, we do so many experiments and so many data collections that I was a little bit overwhelmed at that time. Today I feel great, and that's mainly because of the great support of my crew, my coworkers here, and also my family. They are close to me. They are also spending their time in Florida, and we can meet occasionally. Obviously, keeping the rules of the quarantine. Coming back to your question regarding Bertalan Farkas and Charles Simonyi, I have spoken with them many times. Bertalan always told me to take up everything with a smile and a little bit of patience. And Charles, he just told me recently, and this is something that I haven't shared with you guys yet, that he suggests to put a brick under my bed, so my head can be adjusted to microgravity. Exactly. And I think he suggested to do it 1 week before launch, so we are still good. Other than that, I have been speaking to so many astronauts in the past months, including obviously Peggy. And I was surprised how many of them told us that we should enjoy and own the whole mission. And we will be extremely busy on board the International Space Station. So this is something that we will have to focus on to enjoy and take those moments in.
Thank you, Tibor. Next in line is Sibu Kumar Tripathi.
First of all the best to the entire AX crew mission for a successful launch and a smooth docking. My question is to the Indian astronaut, Mrs. Shubhanshu Shukla. What are some of the most exciting things that you are looking forward to when you reach the space station? And secondly, will there be a call between you and Prime Minister Narendra Modi once you are in space, as we saw during Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma's mission? And how has this entire training journey been?
Thank you, Mr. Sibu, for your question. And to reply to the first part, I think I'm excited about all the aspects of this mission, starting with the first time that we will be in a position to observe the Earth from a vantage point that only a handful of people on this planet have ever experienced. And after that, the experience of floating in microgravity and everyday activities that seem so simple for us, like walking, sleeping, eating, or drinking water, they all become very different once you are up in space. So I'm really looking forward to having that experience in space. And to you, the second part of your question, we have certain live events from on orbit, and we will be doing live interactions. Uh, uh, Several, we will have one with an Indian VIP, and we will have with the students, with the academia, and also with the space industry, so that I can share not just my story, but whatever is the experience that I'm getting on orbit back with people in our country. So yes, that's my two answers to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Shuks. We now have Marcia Dunn on the line.
Yes, hi. I'm hoping you can hear me. I'm wondering if you invited the first astronauts from your countries to the launch. Will they be coming? Are you taking anything up in their honor? And I realize the first Polish astronaut, I believe, is no longer with us. Did you get a chance to talk to him while he was still alive? I'm wondering, for the Polish astronaut. Thank you.
Hi, Martian. Thank you for the question and mentioning General Hermaszewski. So he unfortunately died a year ago, but I had a chance. He was a big supporter and trying and waiting for decades for someone to take the relay from him. He was a big supporter for me during my selection process. He saw me being selected by the European Space Agency. Unfortunately, he will not be able to see the mission, but to cherish and to bind our both missions together, I will be taking some special artifacts that he had during his mission. I'll take a Polish flag with that was on his spacesuit during the mission in 1978, and this will be a big moment for me and a big honor to honor his mission, but as well, looking into the future for many more for Poland to come, I hope.
Thank you for the question. As far as plans go, Bertie, how we call him, Bertalan Farkas, he's coming to the launch, and I'm very, very happy about it. I personally asked our organization to make him travel a little bit earlier than that, so I can speak with him on R-1. There's a lot of things that connect us. He's from the same county as I do, and I have been selected 44 years later on the same day when he was flying to space. So these are extremely special to me, but even more special is that how much he loves the whole mission, loves me and my backup Jula specifically, and how much he shared his experiences, or how many times during the past year. I am flying something from him, and I'm extremely excited to reveal this. There was a teddy bear which is wearing a cosmonaut spacesuit. This teddy bear is from a Hungarian television, a Hungarian TV show for kids, and he has been flying this on his mission 45 years ago, and I'm really proud to fly that again. I didn't fact check this, but probably this could be the only teddy bear that has been flown to space 2 times by 2 different people. I hope that's true. Don't quote me on that yet. I will fact check later, but I will want to make sure that later on, when the next Hungarian astronaut flies, this teddy bear goes up again, so we can make a great edition out of it. It does take half of my luggage, but I'm extremely happy to fly it.
And thank you for your question. From my side, Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, who was the first Indian astronaut, he has been like a mentor to me at every step in this journey. He has always been there to guide me, how to navigate this entire journey right from the time of selection till this mission. He is also from the Indian Air Force, a test pilot like I am. So we share a lot of common things between us. And I think he understands very well the kind of challenges, the kind of preparation that we need for executing this mission. So it was great to have him on my side while I was navigating this journey. Unfortunately, due to some constraints, he won't be able to travel here for the launch, but he has assured me that I have his full support, and I speak to him regularly, well now, all the time. I am carrying something for him to space. And I said this in the previous conference as well, but I have not revealed it to him. So it's like a surprise for him. So I would keep it to myself and, let it be revealed once I meet him to hand it over to him personally. Thank you.
All right, next in line is Pavla Bagla.
My name is Pala Ubagla. I'm the science editor at New Delhi Television. And thanks for giving me the opportunity. And I wish the entire crew of Axiom for good luck from 1.4 billion Indians. My question, first one for Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla. Group Captain Shukla, this is your first sortie into space. Are you confident of pulling it off and also having a happy splashdown or happy landing?
Namaskar, Baglaji. Thank you for your question. You're always humorous, and that lights us up here back in Florida. Yes, this is my first sortie to space, and the past 1 year we have been training rigorously for this mission itself, and I can say that we have experienced a lot of different aspects or facets of this mission. Theoretical studies, doing simulator training, and as Tibor was mentioning, undergoing various protocols of underwater survival and emergency egress. And having done these activities over the past few months repeatedly again and again, I feel very confident, not just in my ability, but in the ability of this team who is sitting here to execute this mission successfully. So yes, to your question, I am extremely confident that we will be successful in this mission. And yes, there was a time when happy landing was appropriate for whenever I landed the aircraft, but I have switched over to happy splashdowns now. So I would, willingly accept that. Thank you.
All right, next in line is Hubert Hajek.
This is Hubert Kijek from Polish TV, TV124. All the best for the whole crew. And first question is for Commander Peggy Whitson. You are flying in a brand new Crew Dragon capsule. Have you given it a name? If so, what's the story behind it? And second question is for Sławosz Uznański. What would you say to people in Poland who believe sending into space is pointless, that is too expensive or unnecessary when we have so many problems on Earth? Thank you.
Currently, our vehicle that we're getting ready to fly has no name. It's just number 213. But we're going to give it a special name once we reach orbit, and we'll be really excited to share that with you in the next few days, coming days.
You broke a bit, Hubert, during your question. Could you repeat your question for me?
Yes, of course. What would you say to people in Poland who believe sending humans into space is pointless, that is too expensive or unnecessary when we have so many problems on Earth?
We definitely have a lot of challenges on Earth, but I truly believe, and I believe this as a scientist, as an engineer, that we cannot solve today's problems with today's technologies. We need technologies of the future. And that's why we go to space. We go to space to build our future, to build new solutions, and to be able to move forward, all of us, together in one direction, solving all the problems we have. And I truly believe that, and that's why I spend my life in science, contributing to pushing the frontiers of our knowledge. And whatever I saw at every step of my career, this has proven to be true. And similar in space applications, all the research is coming back to us, our institutes, our societies. And nowadays, space technologies are present in everyday's life. In the technologies such as meteorology, or going to work and trying to see the traffic in the city, or growing crops and increasing the yield of fields. This all thanks to space technologies, and I know that the future will be space, and we are just the witnesses of that.
Thank you. And next in line is Abhijit Masi.
Hi, This is Abhijit Basi. I'm the US Special Correspondent for REDIF. My question is to Group Captain Shuks. Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma has been your hero. In what ways did he mentor you? And could you give us a hint how you plan to honor him? And my second question is, your mummy has been worried about what you will eat in space. What delicacies have you packed?
Hi, Abhijit. Thank you so much for your question. Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma, as I mentioned, he is from the Indian Air Force. I am from the Indian Air Force. He is a test pilot. I am a test pilot. He traveled to space in 1984, and so I think that he understands the journey and the background from where we come from, what values we carry, and what professional skills we carry. And he navigated the same path back in 1984. And then all the years since, he has been involved with the space agency in all these decades and doing work with them, great work. So I think he understands the situation very well. And the more I got into this journey, the more I went deeper, I realized how much it would have been like, what are the challenges he would have faced when he was doing this. So I think that it was a very revealing process for me to understand this. And he has been very kind in guiding me at all the steps of navigating the various challenges and giving me very sound advice, which I hold close to my heart. To the second question, I would again differ on it, because I really wanted to be a surprise for him, whatever I'm carrying to honor him, and I will bring it back with me. So maybe post mission, I will reveal that to you. To your third question, I am carrying something. Please tell your mummy not to be worried. I'll be having enough food to eat on the station. But specifically to answer that question, I am carrying a few delicacies from India. We have a very rich culinary culture. And so a few of the items that I'm carrying are mango nectar. I'm also carrying moong dal halwa and carrot halwa. Some of them are my favorites, and I am so happy to be able to carry them, share it with my colleagues, and also the astronauts who are on the station right now. Thank you.
We now have Piotr Shalinsky.
I have two questions. One question is, how did you choose the zero gravity indicator? Who was the idea, and did you vote for it? And the second question is, we heard what dish will Shubhanshu will take with him to space. In Poland, we know that Sławosz will take pierogi, our national dish, with him. Do Tibor also take some national dish, Hungarian national dish, to space? That's my second question.
Okay, for your first question, we selected Joy, and actually Tibor is the one that came up with her name, and I think it was very appropriate based on the story he told at the beginning about our team having joy. And so that's why we selected the name per se. The reason we selected this one might become more obvious once you hear the name of the vehicle. So, you'll have to wait for that one.
But I can actually comment on that. Our first ideas were all including animals, and when we ended up with an animal, because we have one kid with the crew, Shuks' kid Sid, who basically just loves animals, and you can just show any animal to him, he will love it. We wanted to go with dinosaurs and lions, but we just couldn't find the right one, and we were extremely happy when we found Joy. So yes, your second question, yes, Tibor is bringing national dishes to the space station. So I will be bringing something that we call space chocolate. We have Stümmer as a brand and our great supporter in this mission, and they modified one of their traditional model of chocolate basically to comply with NASA rules. So we are extremely happy to fly that because for us it brings tradition and innovation together. So it's a great project that I love. Apart from that, we are bringing hot pastes like paprika pastes, something we call erős pista in Hungary, and also piros arany. And I'm extremely happy about those as well because we tend to eat less salty foods on the International Space Station because it actually contributes to bone loss. So because of that, astronauts tend to like spicy, exactly, and those stuff are really spicy. We had also the chance to try this out in quarantine, and let me just tell you, we have so many coworkers here who found these excellent, and they just love it.
Thanks. Next in line is Jonathan Suri.
Thanks so much for doing this. My question is for Peggy, both a general question and a specific question. The general question is NASA faces some significant cuts in federal funding, especially when it comes to science programs. What can the commercial space sector, in particular Axiom, do to help bridge the gap? And then my specific question is on the diabetes research. What excites you most about it personally, and what excites you about the possibility of opening up space flight for astronauts with diabetes? Thank you.
Sure. So your first question on the budget cuts, we are just assessing that, but the one great thing is that commercial destinations support and the XEMU, which are both areas that Axiom Space receives funding, actually have increased their funding this year. So I think that support of commercial space is going to be very important in the future. And we look forward to being a key part of that. And for your second question on the insulin in space, or the research about diabetes in space and opening up technologies that we might use for someone who might have diabetes. We're very excited about testing that on board. And you may not know, but a person with diabetes can't fly in space because it's disqualifying and not considered to be safe, because we wouldn't know how their bodies would respond. And so if we have the appropriate technology to monitor the individuals, we feel that we can open up that door and that path for a lot of folks in the world, and just open up space a little bit more.
Thanks, Peggy. Next in line is Will Robinson Smith.
Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us in quarantine. Briefly, just going down the row of all the crew members, if you could give us just a quick Reader's Digest version of how you came to be interested in space and pursuing a career as an astronaut that led you to this moment. Thank you.
Tibor, start.
Tibor starts. I became a mechanical engineer because mainly of my father. He's a brilliant engineer and inspired me a lot. He is my role model. And through that engineering studies, I became a rocket enthusiast. I was very proud to attend the launch of SpaceX in 2019 in California, but I have seen nothing because it was a huge fog, but I heard everything. But even before that, but ever since, I have been a rocket enthusiast. And then end of 2021, the Hungarian government decided to establish Hunor program, the Hunor space program. And along with that, we also made the national selection of astronauts. We started our selection 2022, end of January. And I have been into this ever since. I was the luckiest person, let's just say. Shared a lot of memories and emotions with many friends along the way. Met so many new people who made this journey special. And I'm just extremely grateful to have this journey.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Actually, for me, it is very, very close to my heart. Space was always close to my heart because I was born the 12th of April. And in the anniversary of the first flight, human space flight, of Gagarin flew 13 years before I was born. And then my mom was always wishing me, instead of happy birthday, she was always wishing me happy cosmonaut day. And ever since I remember. But for me, when I was a kid, I forgot about this really big dream of a kid, growing up in Poland in the 80s. That was not something that we could have had. Nonetheless, I was always this, very active kid, invested in sports, going to the mountains and sailing. And that was always this ultimate exploration that was extremely interesting for me, and as well to understand the world around us and how it works. So that's why I became a scientist. I followed the selection of the European Space Agency in 2008, and always wishing and hoping that I would take part in the next selection if I can. And I've been waiting until 2021, then the selection opened, 13 years, preparing my profile. So it was a long path of waiting, building my expertise, building knowledge, always in the back of my head, having that if I will have this opportunity, I'll do my best. And, you know, a couple of years later, here I am.
Well, for me, the first Indian astronaut traveled to space in 1984. I was born in 1985, so I was, deeply inspired by his stories, and we used to read about him in textbooks and everything. But like Swav mentioned, like I think rationality played a part wherein there wasn't a possibility for me to be an astronaut in the country because we did not have a human space program back then. I was also fascinated by fighter jets. I happened to witness an air show, and that just mesmerized me. So I took that path. I got into fighter flying, and I've been flying a lot of years in my life. So when the opportunity presented itself in 2018, when it was announced by our Honorable Prime Minister on the Independence Day, that we will soon launch an astronaut, an Indian astronaut, for the mission Gaganyaan, I don't think that there was any deliberate thought from my side whether to apply or not. I think it was very instinctive. I applied for the program, and extremely grateful and fortunate to be here doing this as an outcome of that. Thank you.
And I don't know if you remember my story or not. I've told it once or twice. I watched the first guys walk on the moon when I was 9 years old and was totally inspired by it. But of course, there were no female astronauts, and I was just a farm kid, and I had no idea how to become an astronaut. And it wasn't until I graduated high school and NASA selected the first female astronauts. And that's when it changed from being a dream to being a goal. And as a young kid, I always thought I wanted to be, some combination of Captain Kirk and Dr. Spock. So I wanted to be something like that. And luckily, I pursued my goal, and with passing a lot of hurdles and a lot of time and rejections, I finally made it to become an astronaut in 1996. And so I feel very blessed to have had all those experiences in my life. And I think it's really interesting that, sometimes seeing someone or just having the opportunity is so important for the inspiration.
Thank you, crew. And now I'm going to take a question from the chat. We have Piotr Haszkawiak from Talk FM. I believe this is for Peggy and any of the other crew members that want to chime in. Can you share some details regarding your schedule during the launch day? Are there any personal activities?
We won't have a lot of time for personal activities on launch day. It's pretty scripted out. We'll be getting up at a specific time, have breakfast, and then head to the Kennedy Space Center. I've told these guys it's very much a hurry up and wait kind of day. You have to meet the next deadline. So you're hurrying to meet the deadline, and then you have to wait for the next deadline. So it's very much like that throughout the whole day. But we'll do a practice run the day before and go through all the steps, including getting into your spacesuit, having a pressure check on board the actual vehicle, going up into on the launch pad and getting into the vehicle, being strapped in just like we will on launch day, and going through that whole process to simulate it. So I think we'll feel very comfortable on the actual launch day because we will have practiced it just 2 days before. So it'll be, I think, easy for the folks to do. These guys are all extremely competent, and I'm really proud to fly with them.
Thanks, Peggy. We now have Chetan Kumar.
And firstly, my best wishes for the entire crew, and I wish a successful launch, a successful docking, and a safe splashdown. So getting to my questions, you're truly now in the last leg before liftoff. Can you elaborate the exact feeling you have? My second question is, what do you plan to do as the first thing after docking? And the last question is, have you thought about the first thing you would do once you splash down and return back to your family? Thanks.
Hello, Chetan. It's good to hear you. Thank you for your questions. Uh, we are pretty close to launch, and but if you ask me how do I feel right now, I just feel that I need to get everything done that is planned on my schedule because the training here in quarantine is also quite busy, reflecting the schedule that we will have on the station. So no big feelings yet. We are very busy in preparing for the mission, so we'll probably get into that zone. As Peggy has told me, that closer to the mission, maybe during the dry dress day, is the day that we will really feel it when we go to the launch pad for practice. To the second question, I can't plan to do anything when we are docking because, again, everything is going to be scripted. So the minute we dock from there till the time we go to sleep, each and every minute is scheduled on our calendars and timeline. And we will be it is orchestrated and we'll be performing these activities. But there is something interesting which I am looking forward to, and that is that once we get into space, every astronaut gets assigned a traveler number, that you are such and such number in space, there's such and such astronaut who has entered orbit. And that information is with my commander right now, which she refuses to reveal to us as of now. So I'm really excited to know what would my number be when I would be going into the orbit. So that is something very exciting. And to your third question, I don't have anything planned as of now. I think the experience of being in orbit would be something very novel, something new for me. And it would be a mixed bag of emotions. Leaving Earth and then being in orbit for 14 days, uh, I do have, there is a sense of longingness. Like when you leave home, you miss home. And so it just feels like, you're leaving Earth. So you would miss Earth and your family and your friends who are all here. Uh, I have not thought about it of what I want to do once I splash down. But I'm sure that once I'm up there for 14 days, I would have an idea or two of what I would really want to do when I meet them for the first time. So thank you.
Next up is Adele Berlaton.
Hello. I have two questions, one to our astronaut Tibor. As long as I know, as a child, your favorite toy was a space shuttle. What's your favorite way to spend time while in quarantine? Have you been able to see your family? And I have one question for Peggy Whitson. Commander Whitson, could you please tell us what kind of person you got to know Tibor as and how he performed during training? Thank you.
Thank you for the questions. Yes, I had a space shuttle. Back in my childhood days, it was a little blue space shuttle which rolled around and made movements by itself, and also made so many lights. So I just loved it. But I think I broke it at some point of my life. I don't know when. So maybe yesterday. Yes, I am the youngest from the crew, that's for sure. So coming back to your second question, since I don't have the shuttle anymore, I'm playing with my Rubik's Cube here in the quarantine because I'm flying one as well. As a very proud Hungarian, I think this cube represents creativity and ingenuity of our nation, and I have to polish my skills. It was pun intended. I have to polish my skills because I just had to remind myself how to do those moves to make it complete. And I also play some guitar here in quarantine, not too much. Maybe they are happy because of this.
No, I like it when he plays guitar. It's very soothing. No, Tibor has been an amazing contribution to this team. All of these guys are extremely technically competent, but I think the most special thing about Tibor is that he pulls the team together in a way that is very special. His enthusiasm fires us up and maybe has us doing things that we wouldn't normally do. But for the most part, I just am so pleased to have him as a part of our team. He is a integral member, and he is the life of our group.
Thank you. And next up is Marta Melli.
Good morning from Milan. I'm Marta Melli from SkyTG News, SkyTG24 News channel. And I got a couple of questions for Commander Peggy Whitson. Commander, can you tell us something more about these last days of quarantine? How do you spend your final days before the departure? And have you got, as a crew, a sort of scaramantic rite, something you're going to do the evening before leaving, just for good luck? Thanks.
Well, the days leading up to the mission, I mentioned that we have a practice day where we actually practice the full going to the launch pad, suiting up and getting into the vehicle. So that's the full dress rehearsal of our launch day. But prior to that, we are studying our timelines, looking at procedures, practicing procedures, just to ensure that we are ready to jump into work as soon as we get there and get the most out of the mission possible for each of their countries. And so we're very excited and ready to go, but we're also doing things like we want to practice our photography skills, learn the cameras so that we can get the adjustments made very quickly. So there's all kinds of things that we're doing here that relate to spaceflight. And as I think of news stories, I'm like, oh, I haven't told them about. And then I try and make sure they know those as well along the way.
And now, with the remaining time left, I would like to offer the crew an opportunity to share any final words with you all as they prepare to launch.
I would like to say that I think you've heard it in the crew that we are a very tight team, and I really am very proud of all of them for their accomplishments in the last year.
Thank you, Peggy. I think it has been an amazing journey till now. The best part is yet to come when we launch to space. But I think we have been very fortunate with the combination of people who are sitting on these 4 chairs. With Peggy as our commander, she has been amazing as a professional and on a personal level. And this team has been fantastic to work with. Last few words, I would just urge everybody back home to be excited about this mission. Please participate wholeheartedly, be curious, be excited. And I think we are going to do some really amazing things on our 14 days on orbit. Thank you.
I think Shuks, you said it all. But yes, back home, I would also tell to everyone, I try to bring the whole nation, the whole country, and we try to bring our countries to orbit together. We have chosen this motto of the mission of Axiom 4, Space for Everyone. So we really represent all of you. And for me, this is, I think, the most important. I feel I made friends for life in that crew. And I hope it will stay like that, and definitely it will stay like that for us personally. But I hope as well that we kicked off collaborations between our countries also for our lives. And these collaborations will grow, and we will contribute to global space journey of every single country that is wishing to join. And that would be a big dream of mine. So yeah, thank you.
It's really hard to come up with anything new after these. I also wanted to say that space is for everyone, but I will say something else. This journey has been really amazing with you guys. The best is yet to come, as Shuk says. I also would like to ask, and this would be my truth wish, that everyone should to be invested. I urge them to be excited, as Shuk said as well. This is something that we didn't have chance for more than 40 years. None of us in this end of the line. We are realizing the return. This is your Ax-4 crew.
Thank you, and we really look forward to your journey to space. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for joining us. For any follow-up questions, please send them to media@axiomspace.com. Thank you again for your time, and go Ax-4.
Go Ax-4.